soft water shampooing, use Tony Cream Shampoo.
Even in the hardest water,
Tony Cream Shampoo.
Yes, even in the hardest water, Tony Cream Shampoo gives soft water shampooing that rinses away dandruff instantly. Leaves hair so soft, so smooth, so shining clean. Today, bring out the sparkling beauty of your hair with soft water shampooing. Get the handy tube or jar of Tony Cream Shampoo. It's new.
For soft water shampooing, use Tony Cream Shampoo.
even in the hardest water,
Tony Cream Shampoo.
Our GSR jazz singer, Bonnie Lee, tells me that she uses Tony every day for clean, shiny hair.
Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna make a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Got my bag, I got my reservation. Spent each time I could afford. Like a child in wild anticipation. Long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile a railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. When did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home. Got my bag, got my reservation. Spent each time I could afford. Like a child in wild anticipation. Long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile a railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home. Sentimental journey home.
Bonnie Lee, let's hear it for Bonnie Lee. The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn. We now know that weekly scrubbing of linoleum floors was very harmful and eventually turned the linoleum and ruined it. It's so much safer and so much easier to protect floors with modern floor polish, Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. You'll see how it wears evenly and smoothly without chipping because Glow Coat has a flexible, non-brittle film. Make a note to remind yourself to buy some of Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat this week. Some people think that it would be a great thing if we were able to peer into the future. Personally, we think it's a blessing we can't. For instance, here at 79 Wistful Vista sits the lady of the house, darning socks for the master of the house, who doesn't know that a messenger girl is approaching with, what can be in store for Fibber McGee and Molly?
Well, McGee, you'll have to buy some new socks.
Huh?
I've darned these things so many times, they're practically handmade.
Okay, I'll get some tomorrow. But it's an awful nuisance. Gee, I wish I was a kid again and could go barefooted.
Do you really?
Well, no, not really. These guys that keep yearning for their childhood days are just kidding themselves. I wouldn't go through that again for $1,000,000.
Why not?
Oh, I was a regular little gangster when I was a kid.
Oh, go on.
I ever tell you about the morning I and Skinny Crandall and Bones Biddle and Stinky Hooper tied a wire across the schoolhouse steps? Yeah, then we waited in the bushes for the teacher to show up.
No. No, you nasty boy. What happened?
Well, we waited till noon, then suddenly realized it was Saturday. So we started running down to the old swimming hole, and I tripped on the wire and darn near busted my...
Oh, come in.
Package for Mrs. McGee.
For me?
Are you Mrs. McGee?
Well, what do I have to do? Show you my marriage license?
No, I can see Mr. McGee. Nobody else would live with him.
Well, kid, what are you holding out your hand for?
What do you think, Fibber? Give the girl a tip.
Well, here you go.
I guess that'll do.
Fresh kid. Why, when I was her age, I was polite and thoughtful.
Yes, you were, you little gangster. I wonder what this is. Oh, heavenly days. 4 pounds of chocolates.
Who's that from?
Oh, as you didn't know.
Huh?
You darling. You did remember, didn't you?
Well, ain't there a note on it or something?
Well, why should there be? Who'd be sending me candy but you?
Chocolates?
Oh, and my favorite kind, too.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Molly. What kind is it?
Oh, now listen. Don't be so coy, McGee.
Huh?
You can't fool me.
No? Well, our anniversary comes but once every year, they say. Or is that Christmas? No, it's our anniversary. I guess, isn't there any? Didn't I put a note in it?
Well, I don't see any, but you didn't have to. If a man can't send a box of chocolates to his wife without a lot of explanations, I'd like to know who could.
Hi, Fibber. Hi, Molly.
Hello, sis.
Hi, Sally.
Hey, Fib, can I speak to you alone a minute?
Why, sure. Excuse us a minute, Molly.
Certainly. Go right ahead.
What's on your mind, Sally?
Look, I'm selling greeting cards, Fib. Want to buy one for your sweetie? Nothing us women appreciate more than a little touch of cinnamon, you know.
No thanks, sis. She just got a big box of candy for our anniversary.
She did, huh? Good for you, Fib.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether it is or not. Just between you and me, and I don't remember sending it to her.
Then you better buy one of these and send it too.
Oh, no. Then she'd get suspicious.
Ah, don't be silly, Fib. The more you send 'em, the better we like it. Here's a beaut. Says here, roses are sweet and so is your soul. I'm gonna throw out my sugar and put you in the bowl.
No thanks. I don't want any cards, sis. I don't mind wearing my heart on my sleeve, but I hate the idea of a mailman dragging it all around town in the rain. Thanks anyway.
Okay, Fib. Sorry to keep you waiting, Molly. Just wanted to talk a little business with my brother.
Oh, that's all right, Sally. I was busy darning his socks anyway. Just look how he tears holes in 'em.
Yes, he's a holy terror, isn't he? Well, I gotta get back to my job. Be seeing you.
What do you mean, your job? What are you doing?
Oh, I work down at the Wistful Vista Recreation Center.
Oh,
I keep the tennis courts in condition.
Oh, must be quite a chore, Sal.
Oh, no. Just a few swipes with a cloth full of Johnson's wax, and I'm caught up for several days.
Johnson's wax? On a tennis court?
Yep, table tennis. Well, so long, folks.
Oh, McGee, I wish you'd never sent me this candy. I just can't keep my hands out of it. It's so good. Don't you like it?
Sure I like it. Why shouldn't I like it?
Well, you keep eyeing the box like you were afraid it was going to eat you.
I do? Well, I guess I just got a complex about candy ever since my mother used to feed me nougats to pull out my baby teeth. Never believed in that string on the doorknob business myself.
Well, there's no nougat in this candy, dearie.
That's what I keep telling my teeth. Besides, hey, who's walking around upstairs?
Oh, poor Uncle Dennis. He's all upset.
What about?
Oh, he's thinking of starting a lawsuit against Walt Disney.
Walt Disney?
Yep.
What for?
Oh, you know that pink elephant sequence in Dumbo? Uncle Dennis says he saw him first.
He's all wet. You can't copyright a hangover. Anyway, what right?
Come in.
Good day, Mrs. McGee. Good day, McGee.
Hi, Latrivia.
Hello, Mr. Mayor. Have some candy?
Thank you, no. I'm on a low-carbohydrate diet.
Well, you better stock up on them, Latriv. They tell me there's going to be a shortage of low carbohydrates.
You don't say. If I might make a suggestion, McGee, it would be to the effect that people who have no clear comprehension of a subject under discussion would be well advised to maintain a discreet silence.
I don't get it.
Well, he said, dearie, that if ignorance is bliss, happy days are here again. Or if you don't know what you're talking about when you pipe up, pipe down.
Oh, yeah? Well, now look here, Latrivia.
Just a moment, McGee. Will you please refrain hereafter?
Oh, don't ask him to make any promises about the hereafter, Mr. Mayor. His forwarding address is unknown.
What are you talking about anyway, Latrivia? And quit shaking your finger in my face. I'm liable to think it's Halloween and start bobbing for knuckles.
All right. But hereafter, McGee, please refrain from telling motorcycle policemen that you are a close relative of mine and they can't do that to you.
Do what to you, McGee?
Well, if he's referring to what I think he's referring to, he means that I got a ticket yesterday for parking 8 minutes overtime.
For parking 1 hour and 8 minutes overtime.
Well, I can't help it if I forgot to set my watch back last Sunday night.
You weren't supposed to set it back. You were supposed to set it ahead.
Well, in that case, it would be 2 hours and 8 minutes.
It'd be no such a thing. It'd be 8 minutes less 1 hour. That's 2 hour parking on Oak Street, so the city owes me 52 minutes.
Now, wait a minute, boys. Let's get this straight. Let's say you parked at exactly 3 o'clock and...
But I didn't. I parked at 8 minutes to 4.
Oh, for goodness sakes. You might at least park on the even hour. The odd minutes make these arguments too confusing.
Yes. Anyway, McGee, the justness of the complaint does not concern me. What I object to is you're assuming that I, as mayor of Wistful Vista, would abuse the power of office. Furthermore, you had no business telling the officer that I was your nephew on your mother's side.
You leave my mother out of this, Latrivia. A fine thing dragging a guy's family into a sordid case like this. For shame!
But, McGee, he didn't say that.
And to think a guy like him is our mayor. It ain't enough that him and his Cossack cops ride roughshod over the common citizens. No, he's got to get personal. He's got to...
Now, just a minute, McGee. You were the one who started...
No, he dragged my family through the mud and the slime of a court trial, holding us up to public ridicule just so...
All right. I'll fix the ticket. I'll fire the policeman. I'll resign. Forget it.
Boy, I should have been a lawyer.
But you had no business telling the policeman that the mayor was your nephew.
Oh, no? I just proved it, didn't I? I made him holler, "Uncle, give me a piece of that candy. Any chocolate-covered peanuts in there?"
Well, you ought to know. You bought it.
Huh? I didn't specify every piece that went into the box.
I bet you did. There's everything I like in it. Oh, you're so thoughtful, McGee.
Oh, shucks.
I think it was a Valentine's Day we first went out together, dearie.
Yeah, I carved our initials inside of a big heart on that old oak tree in the back of the brewery.
Oh, the schoolhouse.
The brewery.
Schoolhouse, McGee.
I remember it was the brewery because the only grove of trees where you could hitch a horse.
McGee, for 20 years and more, I've been telling people it was back at the schoolhouse, and I can't change it now. Heavenly days. What's romantic about a brewery?
Well, if it had been in the back of the schoolhouse, I'd have ruined my jackknife. The only tree back there was a big steel flagpole.
Hello, folks.
Oh, hi, Mr. Announcer. Have a piece of candy. It's wonderful.
Stop bragging, McGee.
I ain't bragging. I don't even know who. Here, have a nougat, Mr. Announcer.
No, thanks. Say, do you people ever see Life magazine?
Oh, yes, we do, Mr. Announcer. Why do you ask?
Well, the Johnson's Wax people have a double-page ad in Life next Friday, and I didn't want you to miss it. We're featuring the Consumer's Pledge for Total Defense.
What you mean, pledge?
Well, look, here's one of the cards for Molly to sign. Read it, Molly.
All right. As a consumer in the total defense of democracy, I will do my part to make my home, my community, and my country ready, efficient, and strong. I will buy carefully. I will take good care of the things I have. I will waste nothing. Place for signature. Consumer Division, Office of Price Administration. Well, I'll certainly sign that, Mr. Announcer.
Thanks, Molly. This is mighty important right now. If there was ever a time to conserve and save and protect and preserve, it's today. And Johnson's Wax does all of them in so many ways. It's a pretty necessary item on your kitchen shelf.
Oh, say, that reminds me. I'd better go in the kitchen and see if I have enough Johnson's Wax on hand. Excuse me a minute.
Certainly, Molly. Now, Fibber, let me have a chaw of those chocolates, chum.
Well, here, help yourself. And look.
Yeah?
You didn't send this candy to Molly, did you?
Not me, pal. I don't send candy to married women. I'm allergic to buckshot. Why, didn't you?
If I did, you can bop me with a bonbon if I remember doing it.
Well, maybe you walked in your sleep again and crashed a confectionery store.
Say, I wonder if... Oh, no, that ain't possible. The candy stores aren't open that late. Still, hey, you call on a lot of stores, don't you?
Yeah. Sure, I'm taking these pledge cards around to the different houses. Of course I do.
Well, look. Kind of snoop around and see what you can find out, will you? See if a guy about my size wearing purple pajamas and green slippers...
All right.
Yeah, with a sleepy look on his puss, came wandering in any place and bought a box of chocolate candy.
Hey, take it easy now. Here she comes. Okay, pal. I'll tell George what you said. So long. See you later.
So long, George.
Hey, say, who's George, McGee? And what did you want Mr. Announcer to tell him?
George?
Yes, George.
Oh, George. Yeah. Oh, he meant old George Frahulis.
Who on earth is George Frahulis?
He used to have a tire shop out on 14th Street. Just sold it and took up blacksmithing. I just told Mr. Announcer to wish him good luck.
Oh, okay. Well, toss me one of those coconut creams, McGee. They're delicious.
Here.
Thank you. My, I don't know when a box of candy has intrigued me like this one, dearie.
Yeah, me either. I mean, me too.
What?
I mean, well, I'm glad you like it, Molly. You always did like mixed chocolates, didn't you?
Yes, and weren't you nice to remember?
Yes.
But then you always were thoughtful. Always the gentleman.
Yeah.
Remember the time I dropped my handkerchief at the dance and you and Otis Carpenter both rushed to pick it up?
Oh, yeah.
And bumped your heads together and knocked each other out.
Yeah, but I came too. That guy's still unconscious.
Oh, my, you were jealous of him. I believe you still are.
Oh, I am not.
Say, I saw in the paper last night that he's in town. What's the matter?
Oh, this candy kind of choked me. In fact, I think any of it would choke me.
What do you mean?
I mean that Otis Carpenter. He might be the guy who, he'd make me choke on a caraway seed. The very mention of his name makes my...
Aha, see? You are jealous. Here, have some candy, McGee. Help yourself to all you want.
Oh.
Any man who remembers his wife like this for their anniversary deserves anything he can get.
I wish you'd quit saying that, Molly.
Why, for goodness sake? You did send this to me, didn't you?
Well, who do you suppose sent it? Come in.
Hello, folks.
Oh, hello, Mr. Wimple.
Hi, Wimp, old man. How's everything?
Oh, just peachy, Mr. McGee.
Well, you're looking very well, Mr. Wimple. Is your wife away?
No, but Sweetie Face has been very busy with the new women's ambulance unit, Mrs. McGee.
The ambulance unit, eh?
Yes.
She a nurse or a driver, Wimple?
Neither one, Mr. McGee. She holds up the ambulance while the other girls crawl under it and make repairs.
Well, your wife is very strong, isn't she, Mr. Wimple?
Oh, indeed she is. Why, do you know I've seen her tie a bow knot in a steel crowbar?
Gee, really?
Yes, sirree.
Wow.
I don't mind telling you, I had a terrible time getting it off, too. My neck was sore for weeks.
Well, there's one thing about your married life, Wimp. You never know what's coming next.
Yes, that's something to be thankful for, isn't it? But I really owe a lot to Sweetie Face.
Yeah?
She's made me what I am today.
Oh, and what is that?
Oh, come, let's not get clinical, Mrs. McGee.
Well, bring her over sometime, Wimp. I'll get a hot iron and we'll play hot potato.
Oh, I just can't get her to go out anywhere socially, Mr. McGee. She says she'd rather stay home with her artwork.
Oh, artwork? Does she paint, too?
Oh, indeed she does. She did a wonderful painting of two moonshiners working down in the Kentucky hills.
Oh.
What'd she call it?
Still life. I'll never forget the time I asked her to paint me.
And did she do it?
In a way she did, Mrs. McGee. She gave me a beautiful shellacking.
I suppose she was just being playful.
Of course, of course. She has a grand sense of humor. One day I said to her, Sweetie Face, let's not play so rough. And she said, all right, Wallace, let's play beanbag. And I said, oh, dandy. And then everything went black. My goodness, I never knew beans came in 100-pound bags. Well, good night, folks.
Hey, we never offered Wimple any candy.
Well, it's probably just as well. One sweetie face in the family ought to be plenty. The poor fella.
Yeah, the way he gets pushed around, he must have come from a long line of wheelbarrows. He's,
Oh, I'll get it, McGee. 79 Wistful Vista. Molly McGee speaking. Who? Oh, hello, Mr. Announcer.
Hey, let me take it, Molly.
Be quiet, McGee. I can't hear. What was it, Mr. Announcer?
Molly, that's an important call. I've been expecting
Hush,
it.
dearie. I can't hear a word he's saying. What did you say, Mr. Announcer?
But I...
Yes, I'll be glad to take the message.
Oh, now I am sunk.
Yes? Yes?
No.
All right. Yes, yes, I'll tell Fibber. Well, thank you for calling. Goodbye. McGee?
Huh?
What on earth goes on anyway?
Well, I might as well admit the whole thing. Molly, I never felt right about it anyway.
About what?
About the... Hey, wait a minute. What did he say?
Well, he said to give you this message and you'd understand.
Yeah?
He said, Elks Club, punch board, 2 weeks ago, delivered this week.
Whoa! Ah, so that was it. Ah, now I remember. Oh, boy, is that a load off my mind.
Is what a load off your mind?
Oh, it wouldn't interest you, Molly.
But it would, McGee.
Huh?
Well, you were interested enough in me to send me this lovely candy. And I'm interested in your affairs too, dearie.
Okay, I'll tell you. You see, the Elks wanted me to act as chairman of the boxing committee a couple of weeks ago.
Yes?
I said I'd think it over, so I delivered my acceptance today. Simple, isn't it?
But what's this about a punch board?
Oh, that. That's what we fellas call the boxing committee, the punch board.
Oh.
Hand me a piece of that candy, will you, Molly? Give me 2 pieces. Give me a handful.
Speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax Finishes for Home and Industry, I invite you all to be with us again next week for another episode of Fibber McGee and Molly. Good night. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company. And now, please welcome back our GSR jazz singer, Bonnie Lee, who's going to put some zing in your life.
Dear, when you smiled at me, I heard a melody. It haunted me from the start. Something inside of me started a symphony. Sing went the strings of my heart. 'Twas like a breath of spring. I heard a robin sing about a nest set apart. All nature seemed to be in perfect harmony. Zing went the strings of my heart. Your eyes made skies seem blue again. What else could I do again but keep repeating through and through? I love you, love you. I still recall the thrill. I guess I always will. I hope we'll never depart. Dear, with your lips to mine, a rhapsody divine. Zing went the strings of my heart. Like a breath of spring, I heard a robin sing about a nest set apart. All nature seemed to be in perfect harmony. Sing, strings in my heart. Your eyes made skies seem blue again. What else can I do again? You keep repeating through and through, I love you, love you. I still recall the thrill, I guess I always will. I hope we'll never depart. Dear, with your lips to mine, a rhapsody divine. Sing, oh, 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 with the strings of mine. Sing, with the strings of mine. Sing, with the strings of my heart.
Bonnie Lee, let's hear it for Bonnie Lee. The Great Southwest Radio Theater is brought to you by Tide, Procter & Gamble's amazing new discovery for your whole family wash.
Tide's in, dirt's out, Tide gets clothes cleaner than any soap.
Any soap?
Yes, any soap, Tide gets clothes cleaner than any soap. T-I-D-E, Tide!
Even in hardest water, Procter & Gamble's Tide gets all the dirt out of your whole family's wash. Take the drudgery out of laundry day with T-I-D-E Tide.
Tide's in, dirt's out, Tide gets clothes cleaner than any soap.
Any soap?
Yes, any soap, Tide gets clothes cleaner than any soap. T-I-D-E, Tide!
I got my Social Security now, and it's a good deal, by cracky.
That's right. Social Security provides your insurance protection with benefits which you'll get when you retire at 65 or when you reach 50 if you're totally or permanently disabled. Social Security also provides family survivor benefits for servicemen's widow and minor children. If you're a military service member, it's important for you to learn how many years of service you will need to qualify for a second retirement check. Men can collect Social Security at age 65, but women are eligible at age 62. Have you investigated your Social Security benefits?
Thank you, FDR. It's a good deal from the New Deal.
Tallulah the tuba pearl, and I got a little something to tell. Your hair can be radiant, oh so easy. All you gotta do is take me home and squeeze me. I'm Tallulah the tuba pearl, and I'll make your hair look swell. It'll shine, it'll glow so dandruff-free. For radiant hair, get a hold of me. Tallulah, the tuba pearl shampoo.
Yes, folks, take it from Tallulah. Prell, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo leaves your hair more radiant than any soap shampoo. And Prell removes unsightly dandruff in as little as 3 minutes. Doctors' examinations prove it. For hair radiantly clean, radiantly lovely, try Prell, your very next shampoo.
I'm Tallulah the tuba Prell, and I got a little something to tell. Your hair can be radiant, oh so easy. All you gotta do is I'm Tallulah, the tube of brow shampoo.
And closing out tonight's show, please welcome back GSR jazz singer Carlos Jimenez.
About love, I'm not the guy who cared about fortunes and such. I never cared much, but look at me now. And I never knew the technique of kissing. I never knew the thrill I could get from your touch. I never knew much, but look at me now. New man, better than Casanova at his best. With a new heart, brand new star, I'm so proud I'm busting my vest. So I'm the guy who turned out a lover. So I'm the guy who laughed at those blue diamond rings. One of those things, whoa, look at me now. You gentlemen know this song? Sing with me. Oh, look at me now. Casanova at his best. With a new heart, brand new star, I'm so proud I'm busting my vest. So I'm the guy who turned out a lover. So I'm the guy who laughed at those blue diamond rings. One of those things, whoa, look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now.
Carlos Jimenez. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Arizona's Great Southwest Radio Theater Project, cast and crew from A to Z. From Coolidge, Arizona, our Foley artist, Rod Gibson. From Robson Ranch in Eloy, Arizona, Jim Hilton. From Casa Grande, Arizona, our GSR jazz singer, Carlos Jimenez. From Sun City Anthem in Florence, Arizona, our GSR jazz singer, Bonnie Lee. From Robson Ranch in Eloy, Veronica Long. From Queen Creek, Arizona, Suzanne Parrish. From Casa Grande, Arizona, Renee Sandoval. Also from Robson Ranch in Eloy, Jane Toth. And from Casa Grande, Arizona, Kevin West. And I'm your announcer and director for tonight's performance. From Coolidge, Arizona, Ralph Swain. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time on the radio.